Good afternoon. My name is Frank Aguilar, and today I'm going to be talking about how I can apply self-efficacy and confidence with my athletes coming off of the pandemic. So, with this whole pandemic, everybody has had a huge impact on how they view themselves around sports, especially the people that all the athletes around the world. They've had mental aspects and physical aspects they've had that were affected, but I think the one that's the most difficult to recover from is the mental part. With this presentation, I'll be talking about how self-efficacy and confidence are ways athletes, specifically my soccer players, which I will be helping, could recover mentally after the pandemic. So my role with this is I'm a soccer coach trying to recover the mentality of all my players after they were affected by the two years of the pandemic. As a soccer player myself, I also had to go through this, so I can also share with them what I went through and what helped me get back to my groove. So self-efficacy is a believing in yourself to resolve a problem during a certain event, according to Lopez Garrido. With that being said, self-efficacy is one concept that I'll be using to help my athletes. So basically, telling them to believe in themselves will help them have the right mentality. So self-efficacy, according to Albert Bandura, is how much one believes in themselves to come up with such solutions and actions to deal with adverse situations. This is a personal concept, so therefore, people who can get through their problems with their own will are the ones who have positive outcomes. Bandura also noticed that people have the control to set up the next event in their lives, meaning that people are able to influence the next steps, uh, what the next steps in their life might be with self-efficacy. So how will I apply this to my athletes? As a coach, I want to get out of their head that the pandemic's still here and try to get them back to the pre-pandemic level. So this theory makes my athletes believe in themselves. According to Sarah Griffiths, verbal persuasion is a good source as it is more frequently used because it is easy to use and it helps with athletes to adjust perfectly to situations they've might seen before. Verbally telling them that they are capable will help them believe that they are themselves and they'll start trusting the process. Confidence is the next concept that I will apply with my athletes, and this is different to self-efficacy because it's how much one believes in themselves to complete a task. Self-talk is one of the best confidence builders, and if it is positive, but sometimes it can be negative if it's too deep. Positive self-talk increases confidence, and negative thoughts will only bring confidence levels down. So self-talk is important to stay focused, can boost up self-control, and could be distracting and lead to depression if it is negative, according to the book Applied Sports Psychology. So how would this be applied to my athletes? So with this, I would have to show them. I would need to tell them to trust themselves. If they get negative thoughts, to block them out with positive self-talk. This could be done through different methods. According to Caitlin Guay in Sports Psychology, the power of self-talk. Positive self-talk can enhance how an athlete performs, their attitude, and the energy they portray, while also being while also causing fear, doubt, and anxiety if it's negative. So telling my athletes that they're doing a good job, they're doing fine at practice, they had a good day at practice, they're getting better will help them increase their confidence. Countering and reframing are also ways these athletes can get rid of negative thoughts and turn them to positive ones. If my athletes have the ability to get into negative thoughts, if they have the ability to get rid of negative thoughts, then they have the power to have confidence in themselves and self-talk themselves into positive scenarios when they think negative. So, in conclusion, coping physically is something that's very difficult, but having the confidence and ability to cope to something mentally is something that everybody can have. As a coach, uh, with the pandemic and everything, I had to make sure all my athletes were on the same page and thinking positive so that they can get back to the pre-pandemic selves. And I use that through the self-efficacy and confidence self-talk concepts. The self-efficacy theory helps these athletes with the confidence to resolve a task under any circumstance, and then them having the confidence will allow them to perform that task to the fullest of their potential. All in all, uh, everybody learns in different ways. So some athletes may pick things up quicker than others, but as long as they have a positive mindset and a positive attitude, I think they will get back to where they belong and where they were before the pandemic hit. Thank you, and that's all I have.